What's up, Barcode?
Yeah.
That shoot, this train is gonna be about the Power Rangers and DC and stuff like that.
Right.
And based on everything that I think they might have for DC and Power Rangers type of franchise, I think in my opinion might happen.
Right.
Because the thing about DC, I think that Shazam is gonna be forced to switch tones in their movies, just being more serious and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Because life with the tones they got in movie now is good, but the thing about for me, it is like I think this should have kept Shazam more serious. I think after he
Right.
changed,
Yeah.
because when you look at the first movie, the kid is more serious than the kid is more serious than the big old Shazam God, was kind of
Right. Yeah.
confusing. I kind of get why he act like a kid because like I think just for the outside he's serious, but just on the inside he's still a kid and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
And that's probably the reason why he act like that. But the thing about for me, those big old Shazam movies make more sense than the Ant-Man movies, which is sad. And the Ant-Man
Yeah.
movies been out longer. And that kind of get me confused. That because you look at Shazam 1, it make more sense just the Ant-Man 2 and 3.
Right.
And that's sad. And that's sad for me to say that with one big old Shazam movie make more sense than two Ant-Man movies.
Yeah.
And kind of like everybody who is like hating on Shazam 2, I keep on asking myself, I said, wait a minute, all this criticism you got for Shazam 2, I couldn't find y'all just doing the Ant-Man movies, live stream and stuff like that. When I
Yeah.
was doing around here stuff because the thing about it, on my live streams, I always put open discussions in the title. Just for anybody to be able to come in and just prove my points wrong. But you can't find Disney MCU fans to come to the live streams and actually challenge you on your points. They like to do it on Twitter. They like to do it on Instagram and stuff like that. Talking about some of the
Yeah.
bills Shazam movie that make no sense. I look at them. I say, shoot the Aquaman that shoot the y'all Ant-Man movies that make sense. The second and third movie just ain't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, and plus, you hating on Shazam 2. That that got a better story, I think, based on the trailer that I seen. It just got a better story than Ant-Man based on the trailer, and that's kind of sad
Yeah.
because the Ant-Man movie I saw Ant-Man Quantum Realm. It just didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
Because that Ant-Man Quantum Mania movie, how can I say this?
I'm logic.
That yeah, and that movie done undo so many things up in the past, based on time, based on how long that it take to get out of there and stuff like that. It just done undo a lot of stuff, and that's sad. Because you look at it that Ant-Man said shoot he been in quantum realm for about 5 years, and plus the other lady been in it for about 15 years, and she thought it was 30 minutes, and Ant-Man thought it was a year, and it was 5 years in those
Yeah.
movies. and, and for the thing, but I don't get how you over 30 minutes to 15 years, the 1 year, the 5 years, and plus the up in Quantumania, you go back and it's an hour later. I say that don't correlate. That don't correlate with everything else. What I'll be seeing throughout phase 1 and 2 and some of 3.
Yeah.
It just in my opinion. And kind of like people online still try to explain it and stuff like that. That it talk about some being should you just being particular. I keep on saying, wait a minute now. This is comic book movies, just what Kevin Feige said. It's supposed to follow a storyline, and you try to tell me that I'm being particular and
No,
stuff
it's
like
a
that.
different.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I don't get. Because you can't not be saying that be you should judge the movie fairly, and that's what. And when I do it, half of the fans just for Disney Marvel just be saying I'm hating because shoot, I say I be in the middle. It's time for movies and comic book stuff because I like Marvel and DC, and 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 kind of like the bad thing about it, it kind of gets you in trouble in both ways. Marvel people don't like you, and DC people really don't hate you that much, but some of them do, just the
Yeah.
real diehard ones. But then I'm just in the middle with it because I like some Marvel characters, I like some DC
To be
characters.
balanced, right? Yeah. That balance between both franchises is
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of thing I like being balanced and stuff like that, and time for movies and shows because think about it, if you try to tilt one way, you try to tilt one way, and by that thing happening, that gonna tilt your view and time for reviewing movies. It's just instead of you just being fair with it and stuff like that. Because that's what if
yeah.
the movie good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad and stuff like that. And that what people, in my opinion, just need to see. And time for my reviews and live streams I'm doing about movies stuff like that. I always say if the movie good, is the movie bad, or just if the movie average and stuff like that. And that's how I like to do it.
Right.
And stuff like that. And and kind of like for me, and kind of like being in the middle, there does sound like that some of the MCU fans they be trying to get you to go on this side, and that's kind of like the bad thing that I don't like to deal with Disney fans because they about them. So man, you can't even be in the middle and judge them with fairly or shows,
Yeah.
and and some like online shoot. If you try to say that the show suck, it's over. If you try to say
Yeah.
the show is not as good, they think you hating. I say,
There's
God, dog,
benefit. Yeah.
I hate that jump because so I'm not hating on the show. I'm just telling you that
Benefit on the shuttle is
yeah,
bad for it. Yeah.
yeah, and that be the problem that shoot I run into and deal with Marvel fans. Some of them because think about that once you judge their favorite character on a live or just on a tweet or something like that, they will come for you, Disney fans. You can just tweet out She-Hulk is just a 4 out of 10. They would think you hating.
Right. Yeah.
They would think you hating. I say, wait a minute. Have y'all seen the show? Because that's what if you seen the show and seen the character in the comic books, that's not the She-Hulk that we know.
Nope.
you could look at the She-Hulk stuff that shoot that's in the comic books. She actually fight for people rights. She fight for the
Yeah.
poor and rich, and she fight for the innocent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And kind of like in the She-Hulk show, it kind of seemed like she was doing more complaining than her fighting for the people case. Seemed like in my opinion,
Right.
and that's a bad thing in my opinion that you shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing. And the kind of thing like in my opinion and stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Um, that I'll be doing that most people don't do is actually talking about the negative stuff. Because you look at their big live screens and big TikTokers, they don't hardly talk about the negative stuff that's on the show.
Yeah.
Because you notice on here, I talk about the negatives, I talk about the positive, and plus I talk about what the show did good, what the show did bad and stuff, and
Right.
what could the show just do better at, along with you and multiverse and stuff like that, and anybody else who want to come out here. Because I always, in my opinion, leave my panel open just for people who want to come and talk about comic books and stuff like that, and plus other stuff.
Right.
It
Yeah.
stuff that they want to do. Because they might mean I like my channel to be like for anybody who want to talk about comic books, Sentai, and everything else like that, like on movies, action movies, horror, and things like that. Because if
Right.
you look at it,
Yeah.
that that it the people is the people in the panel just I talk about. I'll talk about that,
Yeah.
and put I bring my topic as well, and everything else like that. But it seems like, in my opinion, this deal with Disney. Hey, if you said anything about Disney bad or just average, those fans would come for you. Seem like.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the bad thing that I don't like that's dealing with them. But there's they're dealing with DC fans. It's kind of easier in my opinion to deal with DC people than Marvel people in time for movies and shows, everything like that. Be, because you look at people that just review DC shows, they
Yeah.
talk about the good, they talk about the bad, and they talk about the what the people just. But the thing about DC products, oh, you can if you can find two negative reviews on just on Disney comic book product, you just be lucky to find it.
Yeah.
And for the kind of thing about it, it sounds like some people is actually calling Phase 4 a masterpiece. And plus, I look
Yeah.
at them, I say, um, what type of good storytelling is you seeing in Phase 4?
Not even good.
That's why I don't get because for you to call it a good or masterpiece, as y'all keep on saying,
That's gonna be good.
up in Disney fandom, that some of them saying that on the storytelling in the movies and shows do not correlate.
No.
They do not correlate at all. Because you look at No Way Home, and for you look at the Doctor Strange second movie and stuff like that, those two stories correlate. But if they the rest of them don't. Because if you look at
No.
the She-Hulk character don't even talk about what happened in Phase 4 most of the time. It's just a show to itself,
Yeah.
and and that's kind of like a bad thing in my opinion. Tell us if y'all talking about a show in a movie onto itself, that's kind of like a bad thing
Yeah.
in my opinion. And kind of like in my opinion, stuff like that. And time for movie shows and stuff like that. I think for me now, I think when Aquaman 2 come out, that's gonna be a good movie. and put the Batman 2 push coming out too, and that's on Earth too. The Matt Reeves
Yeah.
Batman,
Yeah.
because they said the Matt Reeves Batman is a whole separate um universe thing or something like
Yeah.
that. It's a universe thing, Earth too. But the thing about me, what I like about it, um, what I like about it, the sound like making a Matt Reeves Batman Earth 2. If you look at the
Right.
comic books, if you look at the comic books, Earth 2 is much darker than Earth 1.
Yeah.
Because we seen it that up in the early season of Flash, even the early season of Flash, that he went
Yeah.
to Earth 2 and it
Right.
sounded like the Batman stuff, the Earth 2 just was much darker than it went in Earth 1.
Because, yeah, because Arrow, when Oliver go to Earth 2, he had to be the. Not, yes, because the mask was Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. And his universe was a much darker, and he had to be much more brutal on the keep order
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And that's actually a good thing. I think in my opinion, it sounds like separate the universe to the general public. You know what I mean? That because the general public could pretty much follow that.
Right.
One universe is much lighter, the other one much darker, and stuff like that. And that's just my opinion about it. And just shoot, and that's why I know general public, because they about the on the general public, it sounds like in my opinion, they kind of easy to how can I say this? You can actually affiliate it just with different stuff, I think, and stuff like that. It sounds like for Earth 2, you could bring in a different Batman too. No, not a different Batman, but a different Superman inside Earth
Right.
2.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, if Henry Cavill don't want to be Earth 1, he could actually be for Earth 2 if you want to.
Yeah.
And it kind of like for me, and kind of like for me, I'd rather him at Earth 1 and Ben Affleck come back. I think for Earth
Yeah.
1, because if you look at it, DC don't got nobody just be Superman besides Henry Cavill
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And and kind of like people mad at the Rock just for the Rock saying like, shoot, he wanted the universe to be built around
Yeah.
him and Henry Cavill Superman. I say, if y'all look in the comic books, Black Adam and Superman they fight each other like
Yeah.
more than a couple of times. This stuff when you look in the comic books, the new ones, because if you look at it, on the comic book, people couldn't how they find nobody that can beat Superman 1-on-1, and that was Black Adam, and he magic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like in my opinion, I looking at that, I say, why why is the general public mad at DC just for the Rock just try to make the universe better, and y'all don't even say nothing just about the Marvel universe that's falling apart? I don't get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get for you.
And kind of like in my opinion, it sounds like bias, and that's kind of like that, and that's kind of like for me is a bad thing, and
Yeah.
kind of like for me, it kind of like for me, what I be seeing and time for like select outrage, what I be seeing most of the time,
Right.
there's selective outrage only like in my opinion deal with DC most of the time. Cause I was looking at that, I said, wait a minute now. Because I was looking at that,
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I was checking that junk. I said, wait a minute. You try to tell me, you try to tell me you got all this smoke just from Shazam 2. Y'all ain't saying nothing about She-Hulk. Y'all ain't saying nothing about the Moon Knight special effects.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't saying nothing about just how Wanda was able to OP everybody up in a Doctor Strange movie, which don't make
Yeah.
no sense
Yeah.
in my opinion. Because if you look at it, Doctor Strange is the sorcerer supreme, and you telling me he in his own movie just by Wanda?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Iron Man movies, but if you look at the Strange movies, it seemed like he needed everybody else help to just do one job. Plus, I'm looking at that, I say, wait a minute, Captain America, Doctor Strange, Thor, and Summer Hawk actually beat the villains by themselves. You telling me that you don't have that same type of faith in Doctor Strange and how y'all make the movies? Because everybody, I understand the reason why they put Wanda in it because of the Darkhold, but because of her average show. Her show was average. It was not. It wasn't an excellent show. Sound like everybody keep on saying
Yeah.
because like the people was overhyping that show. They're calling that show a masterpiece, and
Yeah.
and when I came back and look at that show, the Wonder show, I was mad, bro. I say, really,
Yeah.
really, y'all call this show a masterpiece, and y'all telling me that I'm kind of like overhyping the show. I look at the show, that show average and good at best. And that's kind of like the bad thing, which I be seeing most of the time. Just dealing with them, and kind of like the bad thing for me, which I want to see that deal with the Marvel Universe. Shoot, they need to switch some storylines around,
Right.
in my opinion, and they need to give Sam the Falcon the shoot the on that serum.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, they gotta need a serum because the people because like the people and superheroes that is coming throughout this universe, he gotta need that serum.
Yeah.
And and plus he put to deal with the Creed universe just with Captain Marvel that just came down here. Because like Sam and his wings, I like his skill everything like that, but that's what he can't beat no strong Creeds by himself. That he got that serum, I think in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it kind of like in my opinion, I do not know why Kevin Feige didn't change that super serum thing and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the bad and good with it and stuff like that. Because like some people like it, some people don't. That just when I say that that everybody not the same and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
And it kind of like in my opinion, shoot, um, what's Marvel never explain. They keep on saying that they put come out with a Fantastic Four movie. They keep on saying they put come out with
Yeah.
a
Uh-huh.
all these movies. They keep on saying, but they never come out with a trailer. Now that, but that's what shoot at least with DC and DC say stuff they coming. True, they coming.
Right.
They're doing DC movies because we got Shazam 2 coming out. I think we got Blue Beetle coming out. I think we got Aquaman coming out too, and stuff like that. In my opinion, but if you look at it, it seems like that Warner Brothers give you the most freedom. Seeing like time for shows, movies, and everything else like that.
Right.
That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
But it seems like deal with Disney. It sounds like people like is complain about Marvel and DC or something like that. Is giving them formulas to do in a checklist at Marvel.
Yeah.
which is dumb in my opinion. Because if you look at the comic book characters each do something different. And plus, I don't get how people that's on Twitter for a living be like complain about the simplest stuff in the movies. Because I'm gonna look
Right.
at that, I say, wait a minute now. You can judge a DC movie all this harshly, but you can't do it for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it was.
And kind of like in my opinion, shoot, I think that the gods might be coming back in phase one. That's what I think for DC. Because you remember like in some of these depictions the gods don't really die. They just go to
Right.
some type of gulag thing or something like that. The rest in
Yeah.
peace or something. That's kind of different. And kind of like the bad thing that I like about the the Marvel universe is shoot the most thing I like about the Marvel universe right now is Daredevil. And the thing about the Daredevil thing, I'm kind of scared. I am kind of scared how Marvel is just gonna do Daredevil.
Right. Yeah.
Because you look at it that did you notice that on the big old Vanessa was recast
Oh no, I didn't know that.
because they recast Vanessa that was on the Netflix form of Kingpin wife or something like that that was on Netflix. They had
Right.
recast the when they had switched over to Disney Plus.
Right.
Because the thing about for me it because it seemed like the tones and stuff like that, the tone stuff like that, him reviewing stuff like that, bad and good and stuff like that. And multiverse and plus shoot, I finally put in my voices and stuff like that. I did for like episode one of the bad fear thing I tell you about last stream. Because you remember the audio drama thing I told you about last stream I gonna do. Oh, can you hear me? Is I moving or something? Testing.
What? You know
Oh,
me.
oh, okay, okay. That did you remember about that? Remember about the audio drama thing I tell you about last
Oh
week?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like yesterday.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yesterday. I finally sent in my voice thing or something like that. Just the
Right.
audio stuff or anything like that. I'll just wait on the final process stuff to be put together just for episode one
Right.
because shoot, I'm just hyped to be able to do it and stuff like that and be able to be a Power Ranger too up in the audio
Yeah.
thing. That's pretty much a good thing I think in my opinion.
Awesome.
Because that's why if you look at it, shoot, most people don't even get a chance to be in an audio drama or some type of stuff or some kind of fan made thing of their favorite project most of the time.
Right.
And shoot, I was able to do it. That shoot, I just waiting on. I was waiting on how many episodes it might be because if you look at it, it might be about 15 episodes. I think that at shoot that might be a good bit. The Power Ranger thing. I think in my opinion
Yeah. Right.
because you gotta do a Power Ranger drama thing, a voice thing. I do about let me see. I do about 10 to 15 episodes, I think, and just do about two crossovers or something like that. Two episodes of
Right.
crossovers, and that make it be about 15 regular, just make 15 that um just to be some kind of mid season finale.
Right.
That's not like episode 15, and then so you do 17 just about the crossover episode or something.
Right.
Sound like the show do, and that'd be a good thing, I think, in my opinion too.
Yeah.
Be, because the thing about it, shoot, I about to bring up the trailer of the Power Ranger thing or something, the Power Ranger trailer.
Right.
Once a Ranger,
Mm-hmm.
always a Ranger. Shoot, I'm
Right.
hoping that it look in my opinion is gonna be good though.
Yeah, it is.
It look in my opinion is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Look at it. This is a big battlefield just with a big widescreen shot, and plus you barely see Power Rangers in mountains actually fighting putties
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and that's actually a good thing too. I think, in my opinion, that's actually a good thing
Right. Yeah.
because
I think
if you look at it, different locations, different location stuff, that's actually a good thing. I don't think that is the original Rita.
I
I don't
know
think
what
that's
it's called. Because he
because
must have missed some other, right?
yeah, because just I think it's somebody just from like the Machine King Empire, or somebody that was under the big old Machine King, who want the big old revenge based on the Rangers.
Right.
I
Probably
think
get broken off people. I mean, yeah, probably broken copy personality or
yeah,
something. For
yeah, because if we go by canon, the this original Rita is like the Mystic Mother,
Yep.
and that wouldn't be her. That wouldn't make sense to be like the Mystic Mother or something like that. The original Rita. I I, I think this Rita might be like a whole nother villain that is like masquerading as Rita,
Yeah.
but just at the end, it's like a whole nother villain. I think, in my opinion,
Right.
because be, be, because we seen monsters that can be pretend and just be one villain, but just when the Rangers defeated, he turned into the original version when he supposed to be. Oh, she.
Yeah.
Ooh, and seeing Death as Power Rangers is like, it's like good and bad, because the thing about it, it always been different Power Rangers stuff like that. But the thing is,
Yeah.
sure, you can't really bring back Trini and stuff
Yeah.
like that as part of the show. Unless they had, uh, unless they had recast or something like that. I would like to see that,
Yeah.
and kind of like the Green Ranger Tommy. I like Tommy, everything like that. But the thing about it, should they still need to recast him, Tommy, like the Green Ranger, Red, and stuff like that. Like, shoot, I like Tommy, everything like that. But that's what that even Tommy would have said, recast other people to do his parts
Right.
and stuff like that, and that'd be a good thing to see too.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do not think that's Rita. I don't think that's Rita. I think that's somebody else.
Okay, maybe the
I'm trying to
voice or probably are not another time or something like that before it was good.
because you look at the lyra that Rita had, she was inside. She always had some kind of telescope inside her stuff. And remember the telescope to see on Earth and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
And just how Rita attitude was unto seeing stuff all the time outside. I can't be
Yeah.
Rita.
Yeah, no way for it. Probably.
I don't think it's her though because it wouldn't make sense to be original Rita. It wouldn't make sense.
Probably like Louis said, most evil state, probably. Or something.
Yeah.
So that timeline was robot version. That timeline probably is that
Oh
correct.
yeah.
Almost right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because they might should they probably could use one of the villains that's in the newest seasons that can suck up energy or something like that
Right.
and use it as part of that robot Rita thing.
Yeah.
And this Rita evil too. Okay, that is Rita more evil than the one on the
Yeah.
show. Oh, she mad. I understand it, but the thing is, but she can't handle that. She
Yeah.
can't handle Rita by herself. I like her, but
Yeah.
she can't handle Rita by
Yeah.
herself because she wasn't training as a ranger long enough to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Her mother probably could have did it if she was living,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because look at because they her mother down beat Gordar and put the Skull Man by herself.
Yeah.
And she actually hang with Rita, I think, one time during the fight. It was some type of thing I think they were fighting. Because they said that she was a monster or something like that, which kind of my opinion. I say if that's the original Rita, that should this story got some explaining to do, and that's the original Rita. They got some explaining to do on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
And and plus the thing about it that she couldn't be a ranger at that time, the lower ranger daughter, because she kind of hot headed.
Yeah.
If you look at this trailer, she kind of hot headed because she thought it was some she killed your mother. Duh. So we see that, and you can't kill her
Yeah.
because you got to train to be able to hang with Rita, with her staff in her hands and stuff like that. That was some people seem to forget sometimes because you look at the trailer and stuff like that. That's not actually look at this trailer like look good too. It looks serious in tone. And the kind of bad things, this less than 30 seconds got more seriousness than the whole Quantum Mania movie, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, time point. Wait a minute now. Oh, wait a minute. She was trying to build something to be tried to destroy the Power Rangers up in the
Yeah.
older
Time
season.
travel. Yeah.
But,
Time
but
travel before they create the Power Ranger. So
yeah,
children
because the
show.
thing about it, because the thing about I want to know, shoot, who built that portal for Rita?
Yeah.
Because you look at that
That's
last
possible.
shot, that yeah, the time portal. Watch out, Fred. Who built that? Unless with Finch, it might be Finster or somebody else, I think. And kind of like for the big old suits, I like the suits though. The suits look good.
Yeah.
The suits look good to me though. I actually like the suits on them. And put the seriousness Zach showing and Billy. I actually like the acting too. Oh, oh, oh. Should that mean that Rita is trying to go back in time? She's trying to kill Tommy. She's trying to kill Jason, Billy, and everybody else like that.
Yeah.
But but the thing about it, if we don't get it, if it wasn't for humans, that she wouldn't be out running around too.
Right.
That on the moon thing because she wanted to destroy humans, but that's what it was for humans. Then she wouldn't be out the out the bin or something like that where it was.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that command center looked good too.
Yeah.
It looked upgraded too. It looked upgraded.
Yeah.
Different than that.
See if I
But the only thing that look cracked is that big old thing behind Alpha head. If you
right.
look at it.
Yeah, it's a long tube prop look like it.
Because the thing about it, and what I'm trying to figure out is Alpha still fixing on it? Is it good? Is it some kind of just prank or something like that? And you can tell me.
Explain probably something you have to explain.
And kind of like you look up in the command center, it seems like they got the planets when the big old Omega Rangers was at.
Yeah. Look like it, yeah.
Because you look at the planets that's behind it compared to the comic books, it looked like it's on the wall.
Yeah.
And that was some people might be missing. I think sometimes too because they might some people might be so hyped they just look at the trailer and stuff. I was hyped looking at the trailer
Yeah.
when I saw it on TikTok because I was listening to it. I said, wait a minute, what trailer is this? It was this Power Ranger trailer. I had to cut that thing off. I said, oh shoot, I can't look at this trailer just until I go on my live and stuff like that and be able to look at it and just tell people about it. Oh, wait a minute. They call Bandora Protocol. Oh, so they got the Astro, the Astro mega ship.
Yeah.
The on the next crossover might be by the Space Rangers and Mighty Morphin, I think,
Right.
because they got Turtle Cove, they got the Astro ship. Oh man, they can bring back so many Rangers. Just just by this one scene, this one scene contains a whole bunch of crossovers.
Right.
Man, that jump be good. And that's actually Rocky and Zach first time meeting since the show.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's like that. And kind of like Catherine, I actually like her.
Might not meet them. I mean the pouch in, but I said oh.
Yeah, the thing about it, the Alpha got taller.
Or probably a different alpha. Or I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing about it if that's our Alpha, that means that Alpha went through some changes.
Yeah, probably improve so. Look when
Yeah,
you're giving upgrade for it.
and and put time for me, shoot, man, that on this thing look good in my opinion. It looks good. And
Yeah.
shoot, man. I just with Netflix, I would ask for more crossovers uh, on their
Right.
platform, just the older Rangers and stuff like that. That'd be like real good things. I think, in my opinion, they can do because they could bring newer seasons of Power Rangers, compare for older seasons, combine them, and just make them about an hour late and stuff like that, everything like that. To deal with somebody else. Because if you look at it, that on the Alpha Lightning look different too.
Yeah.
I actually like it though. I actually like it. I actually like that the morph thing that Zach did behind his back. I actually like that though. Because if you look at it, um if it wasn't no Jason, if it wasn't no Tommy, it would have been Zach at
Yeah.
the second or
Either way.
third in command anyway,
Right.
and stuff like that. And but since I'm trying to see where Aisha and Adam come in though.
Yeah.
Oh,
No Tommy.
those
Or
two new monsters,
yeah, but no Tommy though. That's what they
those
no
monsters
Tommy.
look.
Yeah, and the Power Ranger no Tommy though. What Tommy though?
Oh, okay, but if you look at these
Right.
monsters seem like they work from the machine
Right.
headquarters, stuff like that. No monsters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Shoot, man, that junk look like that. The Rangers might have their hands full and stuff like that. Because think about it. If I was Jason, Rocky, and them or something like that, I'm surprised that Rocky don't use the sword and stuff like that. If you
Yeah.
look at it as a whole, I'm kind of surprised that he don't use the that he don't use some of the stuff, everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he worked for the bigger Machine King, I think too. Those monsters, I think, look like. But the monsters say your move. It got to be some type of hostage or something around there.
Right.
Because they might therefore monsters say your move. Monsters and Power Rangers do not say you move for no reason.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like um the the good thing and the bad thing. The good thing about it is more serious. The bad thing about it is a shot. I just hope the storyline good. Oh, sure. This seemed like the monsters and putties was doing a whole lot of damage and stuff like that.
Yep.
And that's kind of like the bad thing in my opinion about it. If you look at the Red Ranger, sure, I'm kind of surprised that he not using that big old machine.
Password.
Yeah, yeah, the power sword.
Rocky for
But the thing about it, he don't use it. Seem like he used the
yeah.
blaster. He used like
Fight skills.
the fighting skills, but he don't use the sword, which I think, in my opinion, just don't make sense. Because he was the red, he was the blue Zeo and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and he wasn't in Turbo, right? He wasn't Turbo, right? I think he wasn't Turbo.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because think about it, shoot, yeah, he would need Master Morpher too.
That or probably I don't know somehow more faster, more get lab. If you sort of have out use some master more somehow.
Yeah, but the
They
thing
probably have
about
to master but yeah.
yeah, but the thing about it, I see about here is like shoot, shush, man. I'm trying to figure out where this at. It was timeline then
Right. Yeah.
because
Crazy. Go ahead.
if you look at it, it seemed like the putties was doing damage with the monsters
Right. Yeah.
because they got palm trees, they got buildings, but the thing is, the putties try to find something. The putties try to find the Power Rangers before the Power Rangers
Probably
even
destroy stuff if they get the power your attention.
yeah. But the thing about it, the thing I try to figure out is like they need some Z putties in it too.
Right. Yeah.
That just be like some kind of recognition type thing.
Yeah.
Because that just me in my opinion what I think.
Right. I'll talk about the power. The Power Rangers, some Power Ranger have one more power, multiple power, right? It's who made for it. they're same range. They have multipliers and beat at the same time. How that logic works though?
Yeah,
It's
that
Turbo, it's right? But probably Turbo is a clone android. Probably with just gonna be the leader. Probably.
but the thing is, if you look at it, that Tommy could have handled it good.
Right. Yeah.
Tommy could handle it, and some just I think that Rocky just gonna handle it, just being a master morpher,
Yeah.
and
That's
based on the time
possible.
he put in, I think that
Yeah.
he able to do it. I think, in my opinion.
With zero green power. Yeah. Or blue. No, it's that. Yeah. I probably blue. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mighty Morphin reunion. Yep, a reunion that need more.
Tommy, you got
Yeah,
flashback.
that's right. We're there.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
they?
it is Space Patrol Alpha now. Space Patrol Alpha before Delta.
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think that Space Patrol Alpha might have been established during Overdrive. Because you remember when Adam came back during Overdrive
Right.
just to beat Zed and Rita's son, the evil version of him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think that Adam just had started then. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, because SPD sets far future with Alien, and then it's very with Alien. So yeah.
Yep. Because if we look at it, if he started in Overdrive, that mean that Adam was doing it for about 10 years plus.
Right.
And that will make it like a real good foundation to start SPD, just as a government thing. I think something like that, separate from
Right.
SPA. Be, because like for me, right, it's true. I just want Netflix. I would do a SPA, um, Power Ranger team. I think for next season. Because you got mentors there already. Because you got Aisha and Adam there already, just as mentors and stuff like that to train the team. And they can have somebody else to do that the big old commanding and stuff like that. But then I would
Right.
get I would get Adam and just have Zach visit him in once in a while during the season. But the thing about it, it sounds like the suits got to be original though. They gotta have original suits. I think, in my opinion, it is just gonna do that. Be, because you look at SPD, it's original suits to a point, but then shoot, it still figure you out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the costumes look good too. I get a costume a four out of five.
Right.
What you rate them costumes that Adam and plus Aisha wearing?
Uh, uniform probably at least 8.
Okay, okay, I like that. Okay, that's good. Me and you are just on just on the same ranking scale on that.
Yeah, I only see like 8. Yeah. Right now,
Good,
we're
good.
starting off first the base of a SP Space Patrol Alpha. So yeah.
Oh yeah, space. Oh shit, that might be a team that might be the next in space team. If you look at Space Detroit Alpha, that mean in
Right.
space.
Yeah.
So that probably can cross over this one. Lost Galaxy and plus other. Dang, I know Lost Galaxy was in space and Lost Galaxy was in space. I know that. And plus the other seasons was on Earth. I think. Yeah. And plus and plus everybody looked good too. Just fighting them. Just put that on the choreography good too. because everybody, if you gotta do power and the crossover and stuff like that, you gotta make sure those kicks and stuff look good.
Yeah.
Because think about me, shoot, I think it's gonna be good anyway, in my opinion. And these like Z putties, right? The upgraded version, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And that actually a good thing. I I think we're glad, in my opinion, that they actually spin and stuff like that based on based on how it look. Man, that junk look good.
Right.
They make no,
Yeah.
it looks good though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That hit me in the back. Those two hit people in the back might be the one that might
Mm,
try to betray Rita. I think
probably.
because if you look at how it looked like the those two might the, they kind of look like they won't be there and stuff like that. If you
Yeah.
look at if you look at the layer look like the Machine Kingdom stuff
Right.
down here,
Yeah.
which in my opinion shouldn't be a problem. In my opinion, because like sometimes, in my opinion, what I think about this Rita is more ruthless. This Rita don't play by her money
Right.
and stuff like that. Which I think, in my opinion, some of the rules that I got just don't make sense.
Right.
Because think about me, if I deal with the Rita that deal with the bakery and stuff like that, I start putting it in my pocket. I say,
Yeah.
oh shucks. And plus the hair look good too and stuff on the Rita. The hair look good. The hair look good on it. The costume look good. But the only thing mess you up is the face.
Yeah. But it will buffer.
And and, and, and plus shoot. And kind of like good luck to just try to find that. Which I think, in my opinion, is actually hard to do for some people. I like the way the camera shot rolls and stuff like that. I actually like that about it. The camera rolls up. Um, runs good. I think, in my opinion. If if you look at a with
Right.
wait a minute, for them to go back to Angel Grove, that that means that Rita already had putties back then to be able to carry out the orders
Right.
and stuff like that. If all them putties there, be, because we already know that that big old um the the Z putties it is actually a problem
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's what I think. And it sounds like, in my opinion about it, shoot, I do. Yeah, 'cause if you look at it, that I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out my opinion. Um, and and kind of like, in my opinion, just seeing Zach and Taylor work together was actually good. I think, in my opinion, it's actually a good thing, in my opinion. Just seeing that. And plus, they look good too. It look good.
Yeah, honestly,
April 19th.
yeah,
Let me try to go through it again. Man, that robo reader is a problem. That robo reader is a
mm,
problem though. That robo reader might be another monster up in disguise. But shoot, so I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just
oh,
trying to figure out who up in machine up in machine you know have that ability, but then nobody had it
yeah,
and stuff like that. Was kind of good thing, bad thing for some people. But the clothes look good. The Rita, the hair look good in it. They
mm,
got sports. Could because right, if you look at the neck thing that's around Rita neck, it's actually good.
yeah. That's it.
It looks good. But the kind of thing that I don't get is so like where and this came from Mighty Morphin. That's my
Oh,
question. One of my questions
yeah,
is where is the Titanus Ranger?
yeah,
Because we find all the emotions and stuff like that, and we can't find even the build Titanus
yeah,
Ranger stuff, everything like that. Because that on the and she ruthless too. She she would give some of the my opinion. Oh,
right.
sorry. Yeah. It looks good. So I'm not really disappointed though. I'm not. It kind of looks good though. I actually like it.
Yeah, I agree on you. That's the please look good for the home base, right?
So if you look at it, it seems like same time if they're making another crossover, I probably can invite y'all back and stuff like that.
Mm, yeah,
And this command center actually look good too.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, look this way. For improve. I mean,
It look upgraded too. It look upgraded
yeah,
with some walls too. Actually, and for the thing about it, I want to know, in my opinion, who made that, who made the big old mistake of paying for the first date. That's a bad
uh,
thing, but good thing at the same time. But
yeah,
but the day on this is the 19th though, next month.
yeah,
And for sure, I'm kind of glad that Sony shows is going out and season is ending, and the good shows can finally stay on TV
yeah,
and stuff like that. Ability, because she know that Trini might have been hurt.
yeah,
In my opinion, seeing her on the screen and stuff, even a picture, is good. It's happy for me
right,
and stuff like that, because she was one of my favorite Rangers though growing up
yeah,
and stuff like that. And seeing the daughter might have shaken up Zach too, I think too.
yeah,
Which I think, in my opinion, I think the daughter might be in college. She's talking, which kind of, in my opinion, actually a good thing. If you look at it that way this command center sit, um, you could bring in the big old in Space Rangers in the Turbo Rangers, I think. Because you look
yeah,
at Red Rangers, Red Rangers seem the only one that can like control, that's not alive and stuff like that. And me, that the big old monkey research that they're making Rocky and Catherine coming together is actually good too. I think, in my opinion,
right,
those two are good. Because think about it, shoot, shoot, my favorite Rangers might have been um Tommy. Tommy and somebody else I think was my favorite players and stuff like that. And and kind of like Rocky coming in, always a Ranger. Shut, shut, man. Shoot, I was a Ranger. Shoot, I take that job all day. I think, my opinion, I was a Ranger. It, as long as you pay me just some good money, I'm good. And went to her house that,
yeah,
and that is like, my opinion, to a good or bad thing, stuff like that. It just depends on. on how y'all see it. Which I think, in my opinion, that should be a good thing. But the thing about it sounds like sure you got to figure out which one the leader and kill that one first.
Right.
If you look at it's like for me that if I was them, they might need some upgraded suits or just upgraded weapons just for Jordan. I think, in my opinion,
Right. Yeah.
because the thing about for me that seeing this that look good. The on the trail look good, and plus you look at it, you can tell that it actually has stakes to it too.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe on that
because
her. Yeah.
yeah, because they might if Rito got to win or lose on that, I rather Robo Rito lose and stuff like that, and 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 plus this whole hour episode thing with this team, that it gets a whole lot of problems. I think, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because the thing about it, if this heart that if the party could actually like they come out on the 19th, and for the thing about it, I just making sure it don't change because we know that show changes all the time.
Right.
Time for scheduling to do with streaming services, that should be like a real good thing. I think, in my opinion. And in some, my opinion, I think the Green Ranger is Tommy's son. That's what I think.
Right. Yeah.
That came from the comic books because you remember like just doing crossover that just doing Ninja Steel,
Right.
and Tommy just had family, and remember the Tommy had family, he went back to him.
Yeah.
I think the Green Ranger is the son, or just Matt, or 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 just Matt for the comic books on it, or somebody similar to him that they want. But see like to me, I think Adam might be like the commander or something that's over, or, and that is over SPA. I think, in my opinion,
Right.
because if you look at it, I think SPA and SPD is two separate divisions.
Right. Yeah.
Be, because you look at the way that SPD dresses, and plus you look at your opponents. Yeah, the opponents, which is kind of sad in my opinion too, because shoot, I was them. I I would just try to sell them a watch or something like that online. That should be a good thing, I think, in my opinion. But everybody different though. But everybody is different what they want.
Yeah. Right. Opinion on it.
But do yeah, so if you look at it, do you think that Adam might pop up just as a different color if the Rangers come out and almost lose a fight? I think
Yeah. Probably. So, yeah.
because
Do.
because think about me, he can't morph into the Black Ranger. He can do Zeo and Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because shoot, man, he just can't do other stuff. I think, in my opinion, that he just can't do like Tommy yet, and get his master morpher. But
Yeah.
the thing I
Yeah.
waiting on, I'm waiting on Ninja. That that's the one character just for the Zora seeds I want to see is is Ninja. Because the thing about Ninja, in my opinion, is just a funny character. In my opinion,
Yeah. Yeah.
he actually a funny character. He know how to make power coins. He actually like he he sound like a master that got to show you before you get it most of the time. If you know how to do it, then he'll leave you alone. And but think about Aisha, how she got there.
I really don't know.
Because like Adam, because Adam, I already know that Adam know how to travel back and forth throughout time.
Right.
But the thing about it,
What's
I
more,
don't know
it's
how
like
she got there. Because shoot, just by looking at this trailer right here and stuff like that, mm,
Right.
that we gotta have a whole lot of question and answers, and plus a whole lot of people, the questions that I might have answers to, everything like that,
Right.
got me answer in that long special. I think this I think our questions just got me answer doing the episodes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which I think it would be, because the thing about me, in my opinion, what I think could happen, the stuff like that, which I think could be good, the stuff like that, and which I think Aisha, um, who could she pass off? I want to. If she got kids that's grown, she probably can pass on to them, but just knowing her, she might not do it,
Right.
unless she really have to.
Yeah.
Because because think about should that gotta be my question? How she got there?
Yeah.
I got
Seriously.
yeah, because just that shoot that's right here one of the questions I got that answer doing that special. And like the monsters and the putties sound like attacking the people at the same time.
Right.
That because Curry, if you look at it, it seemed like Rocky and Catherine is gonna have to keep that monster just at bay just until Zach and Billy get there.
Yeah.
Is what it seemed like, and that will be like a really good challenge just for Rocky to be able to prove his leadership. I think, and,
Yeah.
and plus like how long did this guy get there? Because think about it, if he can't achieve in that and holding them back, that's gonna be a problem
Yeah.
on my end. Yet, I'm just trying to figure out who built that time 44. That's the whole thing I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out. Because thing about shoot, I like Finster, but the thing is like Finster don't do not know how to build machines. She know how to build stuff just out of clay with
Right.
stuff like that.
Probably
But
scholar.
oh yeah, 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 because just because that struggle might want revenge based on the Dino Charge and Beast Morpher teams.
Yeah.
Because you remember just doing the crossovers, it sounded like the Rangers was fighting all the weapons again, stuff like that. They got
Yeah.
sold in front of the Beast Morphers um, facility because of the monster, I think. Because I pretty much think that, that um that the crossovers just might involve the Beast Morpher teams, I think, and some of the older people. It's just what I think it might do.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, that they already, like in my opinion, introducing new people inside a special.
Right.
SPA. And because if they're doing that, that I think Rita might be like chatting with some of the villains that they got beat by the Power Rangers, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I think they could be doing. And this Rita right here might be one of the monsters dealing with Rita.
Yep.
Be, because they with that because they in my opinion, which I think that could be like a throw off. It sounds like what's the other machine that's beside that snake monster over there?
I really don't know.
That's like the off switch to the time portal.
Probably for Tom Temple, right? Yeah.
Be, because they're about shoot. If those monsters grow big, that means that they might need the Tyrannosaurus and everything else like to come out
Yeah.
just in order to beat them two monsters. Be- because like the little that we do see that of the monsters, those monsters that they can like change your attitude and stuff like that. What I think is dealing with Rita.
Right.
Because think about it, I don't think it's Mr. Rita though. I think it's somebody else that is pretending to be Rita.
Right.
I think
MJ.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you look at the movie Captain America: Civil War,
Right.
and just when Iron Man find out that Bucky was the one to kill his mother and stuff like that,
Yeah.
he was mad, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't care, saying like, and it kind of, and plus her staff too. I like her staff, the Rita staff. It looks good.
Yeah. Me too. Very.
30 years in the making. And to put the camera work right here, what they're doing with the wide shots and just letting Billy do his job and stuff like that of being the Blue Ranger and just having wide shots, I think it's actually the best way. I think if we're doing action and
Yeah.
stuff like that, I think in my opinion that's the best way. And just having like a wide camera shot around a battlefield and stuff like that,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
just without being like distracted and stuff like that. That's not the same thing. And these putties look like it mixed with regular putties and Z putties. And that gave me a challenge right there
Yeah.
and stuff like that. On training because you look at the show, Trini and Billy actually was real close.
Yeah.
I think about it. You look at the original Morphin show. Trini Trini was the one that saved Billy. Remember just doing a putty attack and stuff like that when they got the
Right.
Morphers or something like that. It was Trini that actually got in the way of Billy when he was a nerd and stuff. He first got started. And that actually bring back bad memories. I think in my opinion, just by her dying, I think in my opinion, and he might be using that anger and fighting Rita by herself, and he might lose because of it. Just at the big old beginning and stuff like that, beginning episode, I think the fight might be between Billy and
Right.
Rita.
Yeah.
Because you look at Rita is a kind of fighter that like to get inside your head, and you can't let her get inside your head though. They're just doing
Yeah.
no fights. You could think about it. If you let Rita get inside your head and she start winning, she gonna be bragging for a long time.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. In my opinion, stuff like that. And because you look at the Zach fighting, Zach is fighting aggressive too. Seem like and anger.
Yeah.
I mean, I, I think that's true. Yeah, that gotta be Trinity's daughter. You,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah. They're close.
and that was wrong. Yeah, yeah. So that looked like her, and that might be the time that Trinity's daughter learned how powerful Rita really is and stuff like that.
Is. Yeah.
Because like the thing for me in my opinion, what I'll be seeing them with Rita is it sound like Rita never show her full hands. You just got to make her show your full hands
Yeah.
and what you planning just by being her first monster because thing is Rita got short temper and plus we all know
Yeah.
this and when she got short temper that already clicking your head get inside your head just talk junk to her and just make her tell you just our whole plan. It's how it is dealing with her, just doing the show and stuff like that. And dang, shoot, man. At the first, I'm looking at it. It's good looking at it 2 times or more, stuff like that.
Yeah.
On the thing that you miss. Oh, so they bring out the Zords. I'm glad too, and
Yeah. They're
and put
doing it
special
this
effects
one.
look good too of the Zords.
Yep.
It you look at the Zord special effects, this look good. I think, in my opinion, it's not bad.
They're doing it. Yeah.
Because the Zord special effects, hands. They got the power sword, everything like that.
All right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, the lightning. It looked more it looked
Accurate.
more refined. Yeah, accurate. Yeah. Be, because the one in the 90s
Look different.
probably was supposed to. Yeah. It was-
It was using the foot. That's why I say. I mean, it was during the footage.
oh yeah, because you look at the way the hair looked like too in this one, it seemed like the hair looked more accurate. The horns and everything like look more accurate, and the hands look better too. The, but the '90s Power Ranger show, I still like the show, the series as a whole. That but the special effects of the Zords wasn't there. It just wasn't there though.
Yeah.
Once a Ranger, always true though. That is
Yeah.
true. Most of the time, that's true. or everything just look better on the just on the crossover. Seemed like everything looked better. Special effects look better. The
Right.
choreography is good. That Rita seemed like she's on a rampage to kill people,
Right.
which is good to see. Like time for Power Rangers and stuff like that, and just getting the general public more involved in it. If you look at it, because that's like if you look at TikTok, because you
Right.
seen people looking at this trailer who you thought that who you thought would never look at Power Rangers and stuff like that, and they was actually looking at that trailer with the old Power Rangers coming back.
Right.
Because they might, because then I was Netflix, I would keep on bringing back older seasons and just make like Mr. Force, make like In Space Turbo. I make In Space. I do like Jungle Fairy comeback and stuff like that with crossover just with other teams and stuff like that. That would actually be like a real good thing, I think, in my opinion, if they can do it.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, shoot that, and put the next one, I think they might be fighting Ivan Oo's son, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
If this one actually like her seed or something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's we already know how powerful our Ooze was stuff like that doing the movie and evil. And because so they know that always be like a ranger and stuff like that. Because if you look at it, if Adam come back, that means Adam got to be the Green Ranger in Turbo. No, no, I think he was Zio was the fourth one, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Because I bring Zio, I bring in Jungle Fairy, I would bring in dang, that was a season in space and Lost Galaxy crossovers.
Right.
Because if you look at it, if you bring back the old galaxy, the galaxy, and bring back galaxy and plus in space, and you bring them in together, oh man, that's gonna be
Yeah.
fireworks, I think, and stuff like that, and dealing with the seasons and stuff like that. Be, because, like in my opinion, if it just was me, that would have been a problem. I think, in my opinion, just dealing with the Rangers area, everything like that. Be, because the thing about it is that shoot, I don't think the Netflix trailer is showing everything, and that's actually a good thing, in my opinion.
Right.
It's actually a good thing. Because the thing about it, sure, we all know if this was the MCU, they would want to know what's it about, who did it,
Right.
everything before the person even write one word. They always assuming it's you and stuff like that. And kind of like thing that I would like to see special is something like how would Adam how would Adam and plus Aisha be able to
Morph. Right.
communicate with the team?
Right. Yeah.
We could look at it because then if you look at they got about let me see double man shoot let me see now Zio that Rangers everything like that
Right.
and kind of shoot I do think the fighting is gonna be good during the show.
I agree.
Like
Right. Yeah. But it's for the anniversary. Yeah.
yeah, because just I think the next crossover might be a little bit bigger than this. I think
Right.
just be on different teams. That's what I think it is. Different teams, different everything. That's gonna be good. That's what I think it will be though. But that's just me.
Right.
But everybody different on that though. And kind of like the next thing that I think that everybody should just look for this episode, it sounds like it just look for the Rita evil thing story, the robot Rita story.
Yeah.
Because think about it, everybody in my opinion is more about the Rangers, but that's what this means. We need to worry about just how Rita got there
Yep.
to be Robo Rita in the first place. If that Rita came from a different timeline, and that's our Rita, that's in Mr. Mother, but just I don't think it's her. I think that's the evil version of Rita that was Zordon just like separate from the evil Zack Lord Zed or something that turned human at the time. That's what I think it is. Be, because like next crossover, I would do like Jungle Fairy and Ninja Storm.
Right.
Because those two is similar, and plus both of them deal with elements and animals and stuff like that. And but that's what it's Son of Masters too. If you look at Casey the Master, I know Theo a Master, and Chris is so yeah, yeah, and Jennifer, all three of them is the master, including Jared. I think Jared's the master by now too. Who do the lion spirit?
Right. Yeah.
I think that he might be a master at that. So that's what I think it might be too. Should I kind of confuse me to a point, but it's kind of good at the same time like when a trailer prior we could get you to they probably get you just like discuss different stuff.
Right.
It's actually a good thing what I think we could do. And kind of like for the picture I got from it from the background, um, I want to know how Alpha know about Robo Rita and
Yeah.
all these stuff. Unless it's Zordon that's telling him about it, and kind of like everybody talking about on TikTok that just was somebody had asked a question on would you keep your Ranger the DNA secret? I said, nah. Because that's what
Yeah.
you can't keep it a secret, the bad guys are gonna use it against you.
Yep.
They gonna try to use it against you if you don't tell nobody. If you tell somebody, at least somebody probably can help you and stuff like that. And that was some people who I think in my opinion could be wrong, could be right. I think.
Right.
But the thing about I'm trying to worry with my opinion that what do the astral ship and Terra Cub got something to do with this series, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Because think about it, if some kind of Adam there from SPA, he probably
Right.
sent them there, I think, in my opinion. That just for transport. I think in my opinion, something like that. And that when Rita came down and just tried to stop Rita. But within my opinion, I say, why would you try to stop a lady? That's crazy. It's stuff like that. And 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 put a thing about I'm excited to see Rocky back again. I'm excited to see
Yes.
Adam, especially Zach. I'm more hyped to see Zach though to come
Yeah.
back and play his role as the Black Ranger and stuff like that. And kind of like the other thing that I like to see, it sounds like it's the Astral Ships or Turtle Cove just got something to do with Rita. Um, a lot of stuff going off. I think.
Right.
Um, because think about for me, if all them ships that's on the wall compare different planets, that will mean that Alpha was traveling
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That to know about those planets and stuff like that and the rules of the culture and stuff like that, and for him to know that, he gotta be alien. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And kind of like in my opinion, stuff like that. Shoot, I think in my opinion, if they could bring back, in my opinion, in my opinion, with this picture, I would try to, I would try to explain just how Adam and plus Aisha got to different timelines.
But yeah.
Be- Because the thing about him, he's stubborn.
Yeah.
He's stubborn about people and food and stuff like that. And kind of like Trina's daughter, I hope she learned by the end of this episode or special is
Yeah.
that you can't do everything that just about stuff what I think in my opinion could be good or bad. And plus like the starships and the star planes where they show that's doing that planet and stuff like that.
Uh,
And kind of like the bad thing about it, just know Power Rangers and they show planets, that will mean that some of the Rangers might have to go to the older side or something like that, in
right.
my opinion. And kind of like for me, I think that that West might come back just for some of the specials.
Right.
West, West, and plus Aisha, I think, want to be in the picture. And kind of like the bad thing for me, which I think some people underrate to a bit, is some like in my reading since I was some chivalry is dead. It's true.
Right.
Because you deal with bad guys that's in Power Rangers, chivalry just don't exist.
Right.
That that when you need to hold back, everything like that is different.
Right.
And kind of like the bad thing in my opinion, which I would like to see there with them. Um, and kind of like the other bad thing, which I think could happen, it sounds like
Yeah.
Billy or Zach. No. You got to be Billy or somebody else. Who could be like some type of investigator or something like that, but it's not me.
Yeah.
And kind of like the and kind of like the bad thing for me was I think I might probably could get that. That's just me on that part.
Right.
Um, and kind of like Trina's daughter, I want to see her story too. Um, just
Okay.
how I go
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Because think about my opinion, shoot, I think the monsters might be waiting on people to come back and post stuff, everything like that. That'd be a good thing. And kind of like for Adam, I don't, I don't like, I don't like, in my opinion, Adam like to remember that where they just and just stuff something like that. And kind of like for next down Rangers, I hype for when I hope to show it
Right.
is Cosmic Force right here because they.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, I think those suits is original. I think those suits are original things on that.
Yeah. It's
And that's
original.
kind of thing.
They go original. Cosplay suits. Suit battle with those suits.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like it.
sure.
Right.
And that's actually a good thing. I think, in my opinion,
And
in making original suits, because that's what you make original
yeah.
suits. That that will mean that America could get their own version of the next Power Ranger season.
Yeah, but I like you said much better. That's my bid for it.
Yeah. Cause think about it, I'm just worried about the story more than the suits
I mean, how
and stuff.
easy those versions. Yeah.
Yeah, because think about it, you can have an ugly suit that, as long as that story good, it, you can't come in too loud though and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And kind of like for me, in my opinion, what I think about this and this being the Red Ranger as being like one of the leaders of the
Right.
team, I I actually like it. And kind of like it, from my opinion, which I do think the Red Ranger Amelia will do like a good job at it,
Right. Yeah.
which I think, in my opinion, and kind of like in my opinion, I think that um that Adonis stuff of that might be good. I think, in my opinion, and kind of like for this picture right here
Right.
proves a lot. But the thing is, I was worried about the special effects that come in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're dealing with it because it's some kind of special effects, and and the thing tastes the same. It's not. And kind of like for me, in my opinion about it, and kind of like in my opinion and stuff like that, it was a good thing and bad. This deal with the Cosmic Force thing, because think about it, people like that's why I learned something like people just will like complain about anything, which is
Right.
true. Because the thing about Power Ranger fans is something like Power Ranger fans just don't really fight people most of the time.
Yeah.
The And kind of like the other thing, which I think, in my opinion, could be interesting, is like it's like Zato's suit. Is Zato's suit, in my opinion, actually a good thing or bad? But I'm not sure. If you can't, if you can't tell or sit down or something like that means you bought the have something.
Yeah.
And kind of like the other thing I worried about dealing with the Ponder thing is like, oh shoot, I'm worried about, in my opinion, dealing with Adam that's in the crossover thing.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out who trained him. Who trained him know how to travel to back and forth in timelines, and that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And that'd be a good thing, I think, in my opinion. Though. And kind of like the last thing I want to talk about before I leave is like it is like my prediction for this show. I think could be like a 4 out of 5. That's what I think.
Yeah. So very anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, because they might not be perfect, but but the thing's gonna be good though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's in my opinion that makes it good, which I think, in my opinion, do. But then, my opinion, if I leave, is like I think the people who gonna be hating on it, that sound like the people who gonna be hating on it, who they think that on the stuff that put to happen in the show don't. If it don't happen, some of them might be hating too much on it. That's what I think about the crossover. So if it might be negative, it won't be by the fans, the real fans. It be booed by the casuals. I think. Sound like people who don't look at history of it. It would have seen it to me, but everybody different now on that.
Yeah.
And kind of like for me, in my opinion, what I think is everybody different. It seems like everybody different on stuff like that.
Yeah.
And kind of and and kind of like for the one thing that I know is my red flags on it, It's not like they need to make sure is that the is good, everything like that.
environment
That's what I
is
think. It
right.
could be like a real good show
Makes sense. Right. Yeah.
because think about it. If I was Netflix, the next thing they do, they need to make it
No crossovers.
a 2 hour thing and something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I think might be a crossover thing or something like that. And trying like the other thing, what I think in my opinion could be, is not be because it seems like it's gonna be a whole different room. And kind of like my opinion, I think about this thing might happen. There with Power Rangers. Oh shoot, they need
Right.
to bring in the Power Rangers series that they're doing with Netflix. That no, not Netflix, but with Hasbro and Hasbro Netflix, everything like that. And
Right.
that'd be a good
Yeah.
thing to see though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because think about it, if they can mix in Transformers with Power Rangers, man, that jump be good.
Yep.
And and do a Megatron, he might try to do certain stuff. I think about it, but everybody different though.
Yeah.
And kind of like for the last day after I leave, it's like shoot, um, I got I got my link to there's some kind of community cage or something like that by my sponsor
Right.
FX, and plus I got one by W, something like that because
Awesome.
like my W cheat code, I think something like it sound like that up in my opinion, if they could bring back Alien Rangers and just actually acknowledge
Right.
them, I think in my opinion that it should be a good thing.
Yeah.
Be,
Yeah. Yeah.
be, because so you look at the Power Rangers thing, it seems like people barely accept Alien Rangers as part of the Ranger team. I say
Yeah.
that don't make no sense
Yeah. That's
in my
true.
opinion. And do you got anything to push anything like that on barcode
Uh,
before I
no, actually,
leave?
no.
Anything?
No, actually, no.
Okay. All right. YouTube, Twitch. I'll see y'all later and see y'all next time.